Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making a video on my top 5 tips for becoming a better QB if you are new to the game. Some of you guys might be either new or returning, never played a football game in your life, and these 5 tips are, I think, probably the most important when you're beginning. I will put some advanced tips in these tips because some of these things can lead into advanced tips, but for the most part, just kind of listen to the normal tips, take those first, and do the advanced ones over time. First one first, let's head into the practice hub if we can here. Honestly, oh, there we go. Practice hub, yes, and this is where I'm going to show you guys the first few things. First one we're going to get into is movement. Movement, if you are a new QB getting sacked a lot, this is like where you want to pay attention. You're a new QB, you're getting sacked a ton, this is what you need to come to. I personally come in here, sit here, and just practice doing movement, you know. Sometimes like, oh, yo, fake go right, then go back left. But always like when you hike the ball, be pressing sprint and backing up, and then, you know, you can either go right, left, left, right, keep juking, you know, side, side, back, back. Sometimes even go forward and kind of just learn movement. One of the things that I do in games personally is I do sometimes a figure eight, because you can go in front of people like, yo, if I go back and the guy is like chasing right behind, he's like just following me the entire time, like go forward and then just keep doing, you know, little figure eights around him. Figure eight, he's following around me the whole time. The only time figure eights aren't gonna work is, let's say like, yo, I drop back and he's kind of more of playing in front of me and also like leading with me. Like if he's coming, yo, from right here and he's just going at like a straight angle at you, he's gonna meet you where you're going. So don't ever just walk into them. Really, the only time you want to walk forward is if they're kind of just on, you're literally right behind you. That's really it for movement. It's not too in depth, but it is necessary to get better at, so that way you take less sacks, waste less downs, and your teammates aren't pissed at you for getting sacked. Next thing that I would recommend, and this is going to be one of those ones where it starts out as a normal, you know, beginner tip, but turns into advanced tip, is first things first is, excuse me, sorry, ball power. When you hike the ball, you see the 100 at your screen, you get the ball in your hand, and you can throw with 100. I personally, I like to start out with 90. I hike the ball, I start at 90. I feel like it's a very solid power. I can make a 50-yard dime pass that has a little bit of arc on it, speed on it as well, and I can lead a ball. While also being able to throw a pretty quick precision short pass like this and make the pass, you know, on target. You can also do 85. I have done 85. I just don't like how slow it is, for me personally, but it can kind of do the same thing. Good arc, good distance, and gets the ball on a short pass as well. But personally, I do think 90 is probably the best starting. Come out the field, 90 on it. Good little lob to the back of the end zone. You know, you can do pretty good passes, as you can see there. That was a 55-yard pass that I made pretty easily. No problem. Now into the advanced version of this tip is learning when to power up and to power down. If you have a teammate that's running a 10-yard slant, you're down at the 50, they run out, cut a slant, and they put separation, you're going to want to power that up since it's such a short pass and launch that into his chest. And I know it's going to suck, but you're going to have to. You want to get the ball out as soon as possible before that DB can close that distance. You know, on the run, obviously, like I said, I'll do a little simulation. Okay, downside hike, back up, he's open, power up, straight into the chest. You know, same thing again. Starting at 90, downside hike, 10-yard line, he's rolling out, okay, 100-hour, straight into his chest. You know, get it out quick, get it to him quick, that way the DB isn't recovering from that little 5-yard distance and getting an interception. Just get the ball to your wide receiver. Excuse me again, I feel like I have to yawn, but I can't for some reason. That's weird. Other things, same thing with like powering down. Like, yo, let's say my wide receiver's running a go route and he straight out the game, you know, he's running out the line, has a 10-yard distance. You don't want to 90 power that straight into, like, because 90 power, let's say like, yo, the wide receiver's at the 30. The DB could end that. You know what I mean? He could cut it off. He can cut the ball off by going right here, jumping and inting that. So what you want to do is, you know, you want to be backing up, kind of like fade it over. See, look, it still gets down there, and my wide receiver would be there by then. He's going to have the 10-yard distance, and it's going to be a little bit fade. I down power it and kind of fade it over to where the wide receivers are going to just run in a straight line and int it, jump up, int it, you know. So get used to, you know, walking back, fading it up a little bit. Slow the ball down, but get it there. You're going to have to aim a little bit higher, obviously, to get that little bit fade and arch, but it's going to be well worth it when your teammate catches it and they score a TD, you know? Next thing. And obviously, like I said, that was the more advanced part of ball power. Obviously, learning ball power first, what's comfortable for you, was the simpler thing. But a little bit more in depth would be learning how to power up and power down. Third tip. And this is going to be a way more advanced tip than it is going to be an easy tip. And we kind of went over this a little bit on that last one with ball power. And it's going to be reading the field and learning when is a good pass and when's not. And kind of like how I was saying, let's say my teammate does a 10-yard slant route, goes 10-yard, and then goes out, 10-yard out route. You know, reading that, okay, he's got a 5-yard distance, throw it. It's going to be the same thing with, like, okay, let's say my teammate did do the 10-yard out route, and the DB is right on top of him the whole time. Obviously, don't throw that. So just get better at reading the field, learning what's actually open. Get better at reading, okay, if I need to, throw the ball into the ground. You know, don't be scared to throw the ball into the ground unless it's fourth down, obviously. That's the only time I wouldn't do that. Lob it up on fourth. But don't be afraid to throw the ball into the ground instead of taking a 20-yard loss. Read the field. If nobody's open and I'm sitting here, I'm not going to just throw an int up just for the fun of it. Don't even risk it. Throw the ball down. Take the down. Go back, reset, go next play. You have 4 downs, you know, and go next. You don't have to throw the ball. Just throw the ball down, take 0 yards loss, and go next. A little bit more advanced than that is also reading, okay, getting better at kind of like side pass. Let's say, like I am reading the field, I'm open, and I'm like, I for some reason I rolled out to the right because I thought a guy was open over here, but my guy on the left ends up getting open. What you're gonna want to do kind of on these types of reads is, let's say my teammate, right, he's at the 30-yard line on the opposite side of the field for me. Let's just say I'm on this side of the field and my teammate's on the 40. My teammate's on the 40, right? You're gonna want to throw it a little bit more led. Obviously, you always want to lead your pass, but also a little bit in front, because usually DBs play a little bit back. If I'm a DB, I play usually 5 yards back, playing like this. I'm over, and I'm playing the overpass because most people throw pretty deep balls. But so within this situation, if you throw it, obviously led to the right, but also in front, the DB, if I'm playing back, is not going to beat me to the ball. At least not beat my wide receiver to the ball. So when I throw it to my wide receiver and I lead it a little bit more forward in front of where he's at, and also leading it, it's pretty much guaranteeing a catch. And also one thing that usually happens here is the DBs will be right here, they're trying to catch up, and they'll dive, miss the dive catch, and your teammate catches it and just scores a free touchdown. Obviously, like I said, that's a little bit more advanced, throwing side-to-side reads, but that is the third tip we're done with. Fourth tip, making a playbook. Your team is going to love you for this. If you guys don't know how to, you want to go to main menu. And you really don't need a lot of playbooks, but just make one. And the reason why you're going to want this is if you do not know this, I don't know what that guy's talking to me for. Your wide receivers get more speed off of the pads. And what I mean by the pads is like the little circles on the ground. So like your playbook. So what you want to do is you want to go to the main menu, go to customize, go to playbooks, go to offensive playbooks, and then press the plus. I'll just actually go through it. Press the plus, make a new playbook. You got playbook number 2 here. Click the plus again. go to edit, and when you are on this, you want to add, you want to, usually what I do is I make the position, or I just make it a blocking one, makes it white, make all of them white, and then what you can do here, get rid of all that, keep that normal, and this will move, as you can see here on the map, the position, so you can bring it back, you can bring it forward, you can bring it to the left, bring it to the right, and what you want to do is kind of line these up across. So start the first one all the way over here on the left. Okay, now clone it. Click on the clone. You have to like go over there and click on it. Click block again, so it's a white one, not the like yellow color. Then click position, do the same thing. Move it over to like here. Next thing, clone again. Click on it. Click block, click position, go forward. Put another like 5-yard distance in between them. Again, and just keep doing that over and over until you filled the whole lineup. I'm not going to go over the entire line. I'll just show you guys my other play that I have that already has it done. And kind of show you guys what it looks like. As you can see here, start them on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one in the very middle of the field. Like I said, when your teammate stands on these circles, even though they're an offensive line point, they still get a speed boost. So make sure you guys get these done. Make your playbook. This is a simple, easy strat that's also a high IQ strat because a lot of people don't know this. Get this done. Make your playbook. And yeah. On to our 5th and final tip. And this one's going to be super simple but also a little bit complicated at the same time. Is just play the game. Don't be afraid to lose. Don't be afraid to, get out there and meet new people. Get out there and play the game. Make friends. Go into the Discord. Look for teams. Make teams, and just get out there and play the game. You're never going to be able to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 without playing the game, right? And when you do play the game, if you want to start out, this is a little bit more advanced, is go to the trade hub. And I know it's going to sound dumb, but go to the trade hub with your either 3-man or even go there solo just to go play games. Join a trade hub, and sometimes you might have to join a few different ones until you figure out what you're doing. But join one, and here, this is a perfect example of it working first try. Click tab, click teleport, go to pickup fields, and come over here and just play the game. These pickups never have good players. They're all usually pretty, mid to either bad. 26 and 70, 39 and 124. None of these guys are that good, right? And you're not going to be the best either, so you can't really pick and choose. Just come out here and play the game, Get on these teams, play some games, and get some practice in. Put those 4 first things to work and become a consistent player. And that's kind of like the main thing of 5 is, obviously it's to play games, but it's also like the main point of it is to just become a consistent player until you can start playing in the park, start playing gameplay. If you don't care and you want to just go play park, go to the park. But if you want to get more practice in and learn a little bit more, come to pickup first. You're going to go against a little bit of, of worse teams. It's very rare that you go against good people. Obviously, as you can see here, the team that just won is 55, 123, 16, 136, or 36. Not really good. So come out here, get some practice, and become a consistent player, and that'll just raise you up as a player fucking by just, I don't even know, just by insane amounts. The more consistent you become, the better player you become, and the more things you'll be able to learn as well, But the more you put these main 5 things to work, the better that you'll be able to learn other things, like I said, the advanced tips over time. I will be making an advanced tip video, probably upload it later this week, but for the most part, get these main 5 things down, start playing the game, movement, ball power, reading the field, making a playbook, and playing the games, become consistent, and get comfortable. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did and would like any more info, make sure to drop a like, put a comment down below, ask me any types of questions. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. And if you guys did, make sure to subscribe. Like I said, I'll be making this next video later this week and dropping it for the advanced tips. Peace out, have a great night, guys, and I will see you guys next time.